Okay, just a quick, taking a quick break, do a little fishing here, and all I'm after is bluegill, so I just got a nice little mosquito wire, excuse me, a little crap on it, a little mosquito wire hook. I'm on a weighted bobber, no weight on it, just a hook, and a little bit of biscuit dough. And this is the easiest way to fish, really. You just find a pond with a dock on it, and panfish love docks. They just congregate around them. I will tell you a tip though. If it's a wood dock, you're probably fine walking out onto it and fishing from it. These metal docks though, literally every step you take on these things, the panfish hear it. Even with that Trex decking on it, it just sends vibrations through the water, and I've seen them scatter. So what I'm gonna do is fish right off the edge of that dock there, and I know they like to congregate around there. So there's a couple kids just on the dock, so they kind of scattered. So give it a minute, they'll come back, and we'll start to see some action out there. Okay, I don't know if you can see my bobber out there. I'll move it a little bit so you can see it. But, oh, it's already under. Yep, I'm already on. This is, oh, that's a nice size one. Or a nice fighting one. Hey man, let me get him in. Wow, that did not take long at all. That is a nice size bluegill. That is definitely eating size. Now this particular, let's zoom out there. Yeah, comparing to my hand. Nice. This particular pond, you can only keep 5, but that's all right. I only want 5. So he will go in there. Just settle down in there. We'll be in and out of here quick. Put some on top of him so he settles down. There we go. And this is just the dough I'm using. Like I said, nothing more complicated than biscuit dough. And as you can see, it's effective. I can't even talk. I gotta bring a GoPro out here next time so I can stay hands-free. Anyway, let's get another one. Okay, looks like I have a minute to film. One of the reasons panfish seem so easy to catch is they're aggressive little fighters and aggressive little eaters, and highly competitive with each other. And where you find one, you tend to find a school. And so they're all fighting over whatever scraps they can get, which is why it makes them kind of easy to hook. But the trick with this dough is to make it a perfect bite-sized piece on the hook, so they don't try to nibble at it. They try to get it before the others get it. So you got to play to their greed and avarice. So I think this has been pecked clean. Oh no, it's still on there. We're gonna cast it out a little deeper. I think they're hanging out just a little deeper today. It's just a little colder than usual, so I think that's putting them out a little deep. And that right there is a perfect bite-sized piece of biscuit dough. I don't know why biscuit dough works so much better than other kinds of dough, but just does. I mean, who doesn't love biscuits? But that I'm gonna cast that out there just past the edge of the dock, I think. And I think that's about where I got that hit last time. Sorry again, I didn't have time to catch it on film. Action is so fast. Again, another good sized bluegill. Same spot. So once you find that spot they like, they tend to be within a couple of feet radius of that spot over and over. So that's 2. Okay, that one's out there a little far. We're gonna see. Maybe they're hanging out that deep. Maybe not. Don't know. It's the fun part with catching panfish. You can kind of have a little fun, explore a little. There's some movement. That's panfish movement right there. You get to learn how they swirl underwater. I need to come back with some polarized glasses so I can see through the water glare better. So if you've got polarized lenses on your sunglasses, you can see, really just see down in there and see where they're hanging out. You can even watch them take the bait too sometimes, which is fun. Well, I think that's it for today. I think we're just gonna get 2 nice ones, and that's all right. That's enough for a nice light meal. I kind of broke my own rule. I tried this side first, and then tried over there, and then I was just curious to see what I could see from the dock. And I in addition to the 2 big ones, I got a little one over there and a little one off the dock here. Just not a whole lot going on today, which is all right. You know, we're not in a competition. They might be wise to what's going on here now, since I've taken out 2 of their buddies. Oh, there comes a turtle. I think the turtle's gonna go for my bread. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. You can even see it in the glare. If you see my bobber jump, nope. Cruised right by it. See if I can get him on camera. He likes to cruise underwater, but he's got to come up for air at some point. Oh, that turtle grabbed that dang turtle. Dude, oh, no. I'm gonna get you out of here. Well, doggone it. I just got him to spit the hook, and he perfectly flipped himself over. And I'm not sure he's gonna get himself upright, so we're gonna do a little bit of turtle rescue here. All right. Let's see here. Come on. Oh. There you go. All right. That's a good sign. We're done. Okay, Victor, should I cook him for lunch? All right. You want to watch? I don't know how to do this one-handed. Let me go get the gambrel. All right.
Papa, look at these fishes. They open like.
Yep. I'm gonna.
See?
Here, let's.
They open their mouths.
Let's scale them first, and I can scale them up here since it's gonna rain soon. So, I'm just gonna use a pocket knife. See if I can set this gambrel up here. All right. Newbie with a gambrel, if it's not obvious. All right, watch out. The rat. What is this? The rat 1.5 and Magna Cut? Pretty good for scaling bluegill. Okay.
Papa, how did you catch fish?
Just with biscuit dough.
Papa, wow, look at that.
Yep. Okay, I think I got it. And I'm going to do this side. This is a lot harder than I thought with the back of the knife. I mean, it works, but...
This is for you, guys.
Can you move your face back from my plate, please? Thank you. Sweetie, I need you to move back because I'm flicking my knife that way. That's daughter privilege to be told the same thing. So much sweeter.
Okay, Papa, we're going to cut this a little bit more on the fish.
Okay.
And now
we're gonna
put one of those steps on,
take his head off, and I'm gonna cut it right down here.
Because my fish is fine.
And then cut it right around here. Okay, ciao guys. Yeah. So here we go. 2 perfect dressed bluegills. I'm going to cut some scoring in them before I fry them. And I'm going to try not breading these ones before I fry them. I am going to dry them off though first. So let's get some hot grease going.
salad. You see one of the gem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like the fish?
Yeah, I like it.
Is it cool?
Yeah. And look at the peppers. They lick their tails with the peppers.
That's fins, but close. Same idea. All right, so kids had to take off with mom to the appointment, but that's all right. I was looking for olive oil, and I was looking for any oil. We had olive oil. So with olive oil, I thought, man, let's do a Greek, Italian style bluegill, see what happens. And so instead of breading, I put a combination of garlic, Italian seasoning, and salt on this. And that is probably up to temperature. Oh yeah. And I got, maybe an 1/8 inch of oil in there. You don't need a ton of oil when you're cooking these little guys. They don't require, you don't require the full bath when you're doing it this style. So we're going to cook those up on each side until they are flaky, which shouldn't take too long, but you will see. Ooh, this is smelling good. You can see I sliced a little deep when I was scoring. We'll keep the tails on. I don't like that the tails are hanging out, but we can fix that. Fix that on the flip. And they're curling quite a bit. So. Funny story. Right before the kids left, my wife came over to me and she said, "Why were you letting the kids put the fish in their hair?" I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, the daughter had scales in her hair. I said, "Yeah, it's because she kept putting her face right by the fish while I was scaling them." I think we're raising one of those little country girls. There we go. That's going to be nice. You can see the white already traveling up in there. It's going to be time to flip pretty soon. Okay, that is just perfect. So that was after the other side. So cook thoroughly through. Just going to make sure everything crisps up really nice on the first side. Basically, if I can get both sides to look like this, I'm happy. Man, that looks good. And since we have two fish and we're doing this Italian style, I figured we'd follow the Italian Catholic Church and make this a meal of 5 garlic cloves and 2 fish. Thanks. Okay, I just had to take a little bite. Sorry, I got one gnat in the house that's annoying the heck out of me. But, oh, this is good. The no breading with Italian seasoning, just fine. The fins, very tasty. But the meat is just phenomenal. It came out very well. So no complaints. I'm going to be doing this in the future. Frankly, this might be good on the grill too. But yep, that and garlic bread. Can't pass the garlic bread. It's all good. Anyway, nice little lunch. Thank you all.